Morning. We've got the 6th today of February 2026. The song I've got, I think it's one of them new ones like Jelly Roll. I'm not sure who it is, but it's about, I can only pick out certain words, so I don't know what it's called. It's a follow-on really from yesterday's read, I think. Someone is in a situation where they're being abused, either emotionally, mentally, or even financially, but physically maybe if they're not careful. So they need to get out because it's escalating. So let's clear the energy. Right, I'm going to go on my computer today to try and figure out what's going on with the comments, because this is ridiculous. I don't like not being able to speak to you. Let's see. 7th house, there you go. Legal issues, open enemies, partnerships, that fits. We've got Scorpio and we've got Moon. Scorpio is joint finances, so that fits. And the reproductive organs. Libra is the 7th house, it's the Libra Moon, well done Spirit. We've got Libra the descendant as well. Scorpio in the 8th house, so it's in its own house. Libra in its own house, well done Spirit. So far we're on course. The 7 also could be that it's bleeding into tomorrow. It's not a thing that's just about today. So the moon suggests something going on in the dark, or your shadow side, someone's shadow side. Let's see what this is about. It's about choices. Your choices have consequences, and your consequences shape your destiny. So 6 or 24. Adam, Eve, Lily, first wives, Emily, Catherine, Susan, Aidan. All or none could be important to you. It's in the 3rd pile. So yeah, definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. We were at that crossroads once again, and it's time to let go. You're putting too much energy in trying to keep something going that has long been over. You don't have to chase what's yours. We've got Alice. Let go of the stubbornness, the greed, the control. You cannot control everything. There's the Aries energy. Fathers. Aries is in Neptune, in the ascendant, in Chiron, which is healing, and Ceres. It's also probably in its own house, 1st house. Yes, the face you show to the world. We are at that crossroads. We have to choose a different path, because this one is no longer viable. It is insanity to keep in this situation. A separation has to take place. Someone made the wrong choice. A lack of communication. So 4 and 31, massively important. And there's the Scorpio energy. Depression, an empty cup, problems with the reproductive organs and shared resources. Staying in your comfort zone. This is her comfort zone. Even though she's blindfolded and she's got a rope around her, those knots are not tied. She could stand up at any time. But someone put those 8 swords there. They could be words, they could be thoughts of her own that have been put there over the years that make her feel unable to stand up for herself. Trapped in a prison of her own mind. Because if she stood up, that blindfold would fall away and so would the ropes, and she would see there is no one holding those swords. Nothing can hurt her. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. 8 weeks. So we must reassess. We must realise that our choices brought us to this situation. Rightly or wrongly, intentionally or not, we are reaping what we sowed. And we have to do the right thing from now on, and we can't give up. We've got to keep hope alive. This is the apple tree from the Garden of Eden. Even though that tree hasn't bore any decent fruit, 7 years it says there, we don't chop the apple tree down for firewood. We trim the branches of what no longer serves us or who no longer serves us. And we feed the roots, which is ourselves. And then we will prosper. And at a later date, we will reap the rewards of the work we're doing now. But we have to face things in a real world, or we will never rise from the ashes. This, Aries and Scorpio, by the eagle. It could be also any country signified by the eagle. We are vulnerable because they are naked. It is a judgment, and you must not judge others lest you be judged yourself. And maybe that's what you're frightened of, being judged. The judgment of Solomon. He wasn't nice about it, but he judged fairly. We've been through this story before. There were 2 mothers, one rich, one poor. One worked for the other. Both had babies at the same time. The rich woman's baby died. The poor woman's baby lived. So the rich woman swapped them. The poor woman went to Solomon and asked for his judgment, saying that the child was hers. Solomon had no idea who was right and who was wrong. So he decided to take his sword and said that he would sever the child in half and they could have half each. The wicked rich woman decided that if she couldn't have a baby, no one could. So she said, yes, do it. The real mother said, no, give her to the rich woman. So Solomon gave the child back to the poor woman because he knew that no mother would do such a thing. Judgment is everything. Think outside the box like Solomon, because your judgment may not be, you might not be in the right mind to solve this problem, and you may need an independent advisor. So the only clue we've got here is Aries. Wherever it is in your chart could be important. Look it up, see what it means. See what it means when Aries is in Chiron. See what it means when Aries is in Neptune. See what it means when Aries is in the Ascendant or in Ceres. Spirit are giving you the gift of a seed of a new beginning. So maybe if you have to chop that apple tree down and use it as firewood, you will plant another to reap the rewards later on. If you nurture it and look after it this time, it will grow and it will prosper within a year. New keys to a new property, a new life, a new business, whatever it may be. Nostalgia, memories of the past, fond memories of the past. bedtime stories. We all want to live happily ever after, don't we? It's not how it's supposed to be. You are being spied on. Someone is watching and they are lying about you and thieving from you. It could be a child, it could be an immature person, and someone with mental illness or negative thoughts. Yeah, there's the Scorpio energy, the 13. There is an issue here with reproductive organs, shared resources. We are stuck in a comfort zone, and we've said it before, haven't we? Some people are born into a battlefield, and that is their compass as to how life should be. So living in a battlefield constantly is their norm. Doesn't mean they won't get PTSD. Someone here has not learnt their lesson and must go through it again until they do. If you keep taking the same path and getting the same outcome, that is the definition of insanity. It will drive you mad. 13 and 14, negative energy. Yeah. It may be that it's going to cost you your security, or financially, or family, because it could be a family tree. And 10 years is mentioned. So that may be one of the things that is stopping you. But you cannot sit on the fence forever, and someone is. They are codependent, in a codependent situation. They're not willing or able to stand on their own 2 feet, and there will be more battles because of it, and that's what I'm worried about. Banging your head against a brick wall. There's no communication, the check's not in the mail, there's financial problems, and children. Maybe child maintenance not arriving, someone could be blocked. The parcel doesn't arrive, the letter's not arriving, the postman does not knock. People of a darker complexion, those in uniform, immature energy again, negative energy. Maybe it's siblings. You have fond memories of growing up together, but they are not what they seem now. So we have Sagittarius and Scorpio. We have Hannah. We have Tony. We have Emily and Kerry and Philip. And daughters. People that are put at the gates of hell by others. Hostages, which is what we started with. That woman is held hostage by her thoughts and words of others. Letting negative energy into your aura, be it financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or physically. The tarot readers, the psychics, the carnival people. 11th of October, where I come from, and the number 11 is very close to this card. 2 or 29. George, Marcia, Elaine, Alice again, Beth, Destiny Lee, Esme Rose, all could be important. We don't like that. The daughters. This is a very dark place, the dark night of the soul. We are waiting for the eclipse. The 17th of February, I believe it is. Those born in the year of the dog. Something is being conceived in the dark. But there is light at the end of the tunnel for some. There it is again. We are being blocked. All communication is being blocked. Somebody, if they are in a toxic relationship, may have their phone taken off them. They may be isolated, alone, a prisoner in their own home even. There it is. That's what I was waiting for, the toxic energy. So the 13th, 14th and 15th now, negative energy. We have Sagittarius, we have Capricorn and Scorpio. Yeah, there is no happiness here. The answer is no. Not while you stay here. It will never change. So let's see. We've got Capricorn in the midheaven. And in Juno, which is connected to the High Priestess. And we have Sagittarius in Lilith. And Lilith is mentioned with the Garden of Eden. The battle commences. You have to stand up for yourself. You will have no choice. There is a drama queen here. A lot of names today. A Leo energy, negative. Leo is nowhere to be seen, but it is in its own house. The 5th house of things that go on in the dark. It doesn't have to be a Leo. It's anybody that's a drama queen. Financially demanding. High maintenance. It's the flowers, violets. It's our Violet Elizabeth. She screams and screams and screams until she's sick if she doesn't get what she wants. But that could be a man as well. William, Bonnie Langford, Dennis Waterman. Yeah, somebody's so far deep in the past. Mourning the loss of something, they cannot see a way forward to the future. The past is over. The future's not promised. You have to learn to live in the now. Stop crying over spilt milk. Build a bridge and get over it. There's impotence here. Someone is unable or unwilling to take action. And delays will take place because of it. Because without the passion, you cannot be helped. Until you help yourself, until you take action, nothing will change. So, there we are, I'm afraid. It's exactly what I thought. 7th house is marriages, partnerships, legal matters, court cases. The loins, so the groin for the blokes, colon, prostate, that sort of thing. The colours blue and brown, and we keep getting brown, don't we? I don't know what it is, but it must be a surname of brown. Relationships, matrimony, partnerships, unity, other people, projecting your feelings, wants and needs onto others as if it's theirs as well. Public enemies and lawsuits. This is where the self meets another. It's qualities someone seeks in a partner. The moon in the 7th house may indicate unconscious search for a father or a mother figure. There we go. The 7th house raises answers or some important questions. Will this be a cosy, supportive life? How difficult will it be? Well, if you're looking for a father figure, you've already got issues, haven't you? The 7th house is where we seek feedback to reinforce a sense of ourselves. So mirroring, as reflected back through the eyes of another. This is why it is the house of open enemies as well as partnerships. We may project our expectations or fears onto another, seeing qualities in them that they do not have. It may be that we seek a partner is what we actually need in ourselves. But we've got to admit that we lack that in ourselves. So, Scorpio moon then, which I presume is the next one because we're in Libra. Emotionally intense, yes. Perspicacious, compulsive, secretive, yes. resentful, yes. Jealous, yes. The moon in Scorpio has the capacity for self-transformation, but fears rejection and abandonment. There we are. So the fear of being abandoned again. Maybe you didn't have a good relationship with your mother or your father, so you seeked it in another. Oh dear. A troublesome read. I don't like reads like this, I'm afraid, but wait, there is somebody out there that Spirit are worried about, and I'm beginning to get anxious about. If you don't get out, this could turn to violence. So it's already battles, whether it's verbal or physical. I can't say. No weapons involved yet. Too many. Pele. So Pele is much like Scorpio. Scorpio is the only water sign that thinks it's a fire sign. It's nothing to do with football, boys. This is a very special entity. The Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes. So something may be going on in Hawaii that we don't know about, but an explosive event. Sometimes she assumes the guise of an old woman, sleeping with her flames under control around her. At other times she can ride her flaming chariot, so Cancer, down the volcano, intent on vengeance. Somebody here wants revenge. Eruptions, jealousies, physical danger. That's what I've got. That's what I was getting. Fire, belly, womb. Drawing the Pele card means you can expect eruptions of feelings or danger in the environment. There's the rupture of feelings. Treat the element of fire with great respect, especially Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. It also means an increase in energy of those intense type, such as is needed by a woman in the womb center giving birth to her child. So focus your attention down deep female center of your body, the center of the volcano, and ask yourself what you really need in your life, because something is unable to be birthed, especially a child, with this violence going on. Very sad, very, very sad. Especially for the daughters. Miscarriages could take place, or terminations where medical help is needed. "14 again. The vulture and the asphodel. Upheaval that's trying to be avoided, but in the process you will only make it worse. The vultures are circling. The vulture and the asphodel indicate unforeseen upheaval leading to grief, mourning or regret. The vulture is often associated with death, but it plays an important role in our ecosystem. There's the death card. Consumption of carrion, the decaying flesh of animals, prevents the spread of disease. Relatedly, in Greek myth, asphodel was said to grow in the underworld, and to the Victorians it sent a tragic message. My regrets will follow me to the grave. If you don't stop this now, you will regret it forever. Often what follows upheaval looks like ruin, and it is tempting to clear the rubble and start again. You can't start again in this situation. The vulture and the asphodel reminds us that there is value in what's been lost, so take time to grieve before you rebuild, lest you harbour regret. You may be feeling trapped in a cycle of grief. Yeah, there it is. The 8 of Swords. Trapped in that circle of swords and grief. Unable to heal or change, Aries, Chiron. If you are overwhelmed, you must consult with others who can help you identify the source or sources of your unresolved pain. It's important to clean a wound we don't know we have. How have you experienced grief, and how do you redefine yourself after this upheaval? Just remember that Spirit don't take anything from us that is valuable. They make space to replace it with something better. So I would suggest that you tread very carefully around from the 13th to the 15th. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.